spawning on Ohana in the bottom right position. We do have a player from the Nordic team Druidz. It is going to be the orange Protoss player Krallman, down a game and desperately wanting to crawl back into this matchup, as this is a best of 3.
Yeah, definitely. Just a best of 3 here, of course, in the round of 16, and so he is in a lot of trouble right now. Our pink Zerg player in the top left-hand corner. He's a game up right now. He'll be feeling pretty confident, and we'll see what kind of unique strategy comes out of here in game number 2. He is, of course, Fluttershy, and yeah, I mean, obviously, probably going to be very, very happy with how he played in game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, in game number 1, everything went his way. Nothing went wrong.
Yeah, I mean, just forcing so many force fields initially, picking off a couple of workers, picking off the first immortal and a couple of sentries as well with them early lings was just great for him. And then from there, the meters did enough damage, and he just maxed out his macros on top of it. He had 95 drones, man, and
Yeah.
when you have that much income and the Protoss doesn't manage to move across the map and attack you, well, yeah, I mean, Krallman, he just got distracted for way too long.
Yeah, you know who produces that many drones per match, even over 100? Liquid Rats. He's just... If he could, he would only make drones in every single game, from start to finish. 200 supply of drones. He loves the money, man. And here we have something very interesting. Krallman going for a gateway expand.
Yeah, Krallman just going for a gateway expand. This is a build. This is the kind of build which has become more and more common more and more common lately in PvZ, because people are kind of realizing, hey, well, why not? I can get some early units out. I can force some early units from the Zerg player. I can take quite a lot of map control, and if he responds incorrectly, I can actually do so much damage, and that caught a lot of Zerg players off for a while. Now they're getting kind of a bit better of dealing with it again, but it's still very, very strong with the map control you can get, the early aggression you can put on. Of course, your warp gate, it finishes so much faster that there's so many more kind of better timings that you can hit, and it forces a lot less greedy player out of the Zerg.
Yeah, Fluttershy though not swallowing the bait, not massing units, trying to stream tons of Zerglings inside Krallman's base, despite that he saw that there is only one Zealot. The sentry will be coming out, only one force field available, but Krallman, I think he's played this enough times that he knows how to react and how to stay safe with this build. Interestingly enough, he's not doing the kind of, back when the 3-gate expands were popular, or 1-gate expands, you had the options of expanding with 1 gas or 2 gases, and Krallman, he opts to take a 2nd gas very, very early on in the game, so
Yeah.
he'll be looking for a quick tech, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be looking for a quick tech, because what else can he really spend that on? Obviously, he's actually going to get a lot of sentries out really, really fast, and what this very possibly could be is an immortal sentry attack off of the gateway expand, because he's going to have so many sentries with such high energy.
And so many immortals.
He's going to have so many more force fields which protect them immortals. And so I think that could very well be what he's going for, is he's just waiting with his probe right now to build something, and there is the robot facility coming down at that 540 mark. And I think it's becoming more and more likely that we're about to see that kind of gateway opening into Immortal Sentry 2 based timing.
I have to question his decision to make that robo facility. He waited with that robo for a long time. Because when you forge fast expand, your robo can go down at around 6 minutes, so this is only just 15, maybe 20 seconds faster. It may give you another immortal. I'm just not sure if the advantage is worth it.
The ling's getting blocked off there by the forces. The whole advantage of this is really just how much more energy your sentries can get, because if you can have that many more force fields, your immortals are just that much safer, and immediately chrono out an immortal here just kind of confirms that we are going to be seeing this play out of Krallman, and he's probably going to get +1 at least with this. He might go to +1 arming, but he probably won't have the time to finish it for his first attack, and right now he's just dealing with these early lings that Fluttershy has made. But because they haven't been able to really do anything, that's actually kind of hurting him right now, and he's going to fall behind in the economy, because that's about 6 to 8 drones that he could have had, which he doesn't right now.
Yep, and you can see that he is not as ahead on drones as we would likely see under different circumstances. He is on 40 drones, and his Protoss counterpart on 33 right now. It is true that the Protoss at this stage of the game will not catch up in drone count to the Zerg, but still, the Zerg might want to have a little bit more dronage going on for him. Double Evo Chambers going down and a lair, as well as a third base for Fluttershy.
Yeah, and I actually think Fluttershy is in a lot of trouble. His third base hasn't been up necessarily extremely early. He's obviously got a bit of a faster lair than usual, but I don't think he'll be able to make anything happen. Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to make use of that before these before the push comes from Krallman, because I mean 3 Immortals are about to finish and he's going to be moving out very soon. As we saw a little bit of a harassment come in there from some Lings.
Yes, that was a clutch force field here on the ramp by Krallman, and not allowing those Lings that had slipped by to go even further up the ramp into the main. That would cause all sorts of problems for him. And we see a lot of spines being built at natural Fluttershy. He is getting scared a little bit. All of his Lings just died. That run by not being all that worth it. Only 3 probes killed. And let's see. There go the gateways.
Yeah, gateways on the way down right now. This Overlord, he can't really scout too much. I mean, he sees a few of the gateways coming down, but yeah, I guess he's seen them so late that he can't really, that he'll probably assume, like, hey, they're not your first 3 gateways. So something must be up. And Krallman, he is going to move out now. That Warp Prism on the way out as well, of course, for reinforcements. And he's going to be getting ready to go very soon as Fluttershy sends a few more Lings across the map. He's trying to go into Hydralisks, but I just don't know if there's going to be enough Hydralisks to really back this up.
I don't know. The Zergling at the Watchtower takes a blast from the sentries. And as Krallman is moving forward, we do have the +1 range and Hydralisk range in the research bar, as we can see. Krallman doing a very wise thing, building a cannon here and blocking his base off completely. He's building proxy pylons. He has the Warp Prism, and from this point on, he will be warping in predominantly Stalkers, and he will go and look to kill that third base. I'm not entirely sure he will be able to push up into the natural if he manages to kill the third.
Well, what he can do is at least take down the rocks and Fluttershy. Then he's going to either have to make more spine cores or commit some over to that side as well, which is going to make it much easier for Krallman to attack. Right now, yeah, that third base, no way all Fluttershy can defend that, and no surprise. Krallman as well, he's actually going to push up here, so keep that fort as he does just back off. So as well as he moves back to take his third base, he hasn't got a third and fourth gas because all game long he's just been mining that gas off his main base for so much sooner that he's actually been able to skip that third and fourth gas, so he's actually getting quite a lot of mineral income now. And so he'll be able to make a lot of cells to deal with the Lings, but Hydras are out, and that might be enough for now for Fluttershy to hold.
I think that will be enough. Twilight Council is going down, and Krallman is just going to be very satisfied that he killed the third base. He did not kill off all of the larvae that are just now being used. Look at this drone being built, and that will probably re-establish the third as soon as possible. And Fluttershy, with all those Hydras he just made, he is still only on 44 drones. He had to sacrifice a lot of those drones. Look at this, 8 spine crawlers. That's a lot of mining time you could have gotten out of those drones. And Krallman never did attack his naturals. So, those spines, yes, they help you stay alive, but
I think Krallman's been a little bit silly right now, if that's fair to say, because he's moving back when he's still got a very strong army, and he sees with his observer this army's just sat in his opponent's natural, and he's not checking for bases going up, and if he was, he'd be able to pick them off and delay them for even longer. Right now, he's just moved back home. He's going to get ready to take a third base, and he's going up to Colossi behind us as well, and he's going to be in a fantastic position, of course, having picked off that third. But if Fluttershy gets away with this double expand here, he's even got double upgrades as well, so he's going to be on 2-2 very soon. So if Krallman doesn't really move across the map and keep punishing these bases, he might actually find himself in a little bit of trouble, despite teching up and despite having such a great early game.
Yes, what I think was behind the decision to pull back, he just does not want to lose this base. He is playing very cautiously, very safe. He wants to wait for at least one Colossus so that he can have that with his army. He's a little bit scared of the counterattack that Fluttershy might do, a little bit of the composition maybe. As you said, they are former teammates, they know each other's styles pretty damn well, and Fluttershy, he does have 16 Hydralisks out. Don't think he'll be making any more right now, and we do see a Spire somewhere. There it is in the natural, going down.
Yeah, and that's necessary, of course, to deal with them Colossi, because if the Colossi can't start to massive... And I mean, it's a very smart read from Fluttershy. I'm not sure if he's had a scout in the base. It looks like no, he hasn't. So it's a very smart read from Fluttershy. He'll know Krallman's got an observer. He'll know Krallman will have seen these Hydras, and he'll know Krallman's instinctive choice will be going to Colossi, because what does Fluttershy have? Well, predominantly he had Hydras and Lings, and so Colossi just rips that to shreds, so he needs them Corruptors out to save that, and Fluttershy saying, wow. Start lagging. Uh-oh.
Oh, that is not good. Are you getting any lags, Wardí? Because I am not.
I'm not. No, so I think it's on Fluttershy's side of things. So Fluttershy is just going to bring out pause, maybe just check his net. You know, it's just can be just one of them things which, you know, you get them kind of just quick spike for a moment or two, and it's like, oh dear, what's my internet doing? And your internet's like, oh yeah, I am actually meant to give this guy internet. So
yeah. Sometimes the ISPs just, you know, fall asleep and they stop forwarding packets and other useful data. Let me just take this opportunity once again to thank you guys for tuning in. There's a whooping 84 of you tuned into the stream. Look at that. Look at you go. Wow.
It's been slowly climbing. I've been
watching.
watching.
I am amazed, really, seriously. I am totally amazed. How many people want to watch this. Considering this is an amateur tournament, we don't have a single professional player competing and never will have, because we are all about the amateur scene. I don't want to have pros here on the stream. Not in this tournament anyways. In different events that may or may not come up in the future, yes, but not in this tournament. This one is for the fans only.
Is indeed, and that's exactly who we've got here as game resumes. And Fluttershy, he's got a third base up, he's even got a fourth base up, and that's not being punished by Krallman, so he's going to get away with this. And I mean, Krallman, he's just got his second Colossus pop, now he's got a third one on the way, and I think he's just looking to probably max out and then go. He's got some Zealots coming into the third base right now, and Fluttershy is actually completely on the wrong side of the map, so these Zealots are going to be able to do a fair amount of damage, and actually Krallman's, yeah, there we go, fixing the direction of them Zealots, and they're going to be able to do some decent harassing. Immediately Fluttershy has to pull them drones away, and the Zealots are going to begin working on the third, and all of the aggression that was going to come out from Fluttershy, not going to come out anymore because he's sending them units back home.
And you know, one of the things that are kind of surprising me about Fluttershy, usually he is pretty damn responsible about this. The rocks between the third and the second are still up. The creep spread is not as good as I am used to seeing from him. Usually Fluttershy by now has all the freaking map creeped up.
Yeah, I think he opened a little bit weird, maybe a little bit off what he wanted to open, just simply because he didn't get it was a gateway expanded, maybe not something he's completely confident against, and yeah, his play kind of seems to be suffering from it, and he's set up a really nice concave here, but I'm not sure if that'll genuinely be enough against this army of Krallman, who's moving towards his own fourth base. He might just be thinking of taking that, but really I don't see any reason for him right now not to just push straight across the map. And Fluttershy actually wants to pick the engagement here, and I'm not too sure about that, and he immediately turns around, but he did get lasered a little bit, and now he's going to get a concave and try and fight from the bottom of the ramp.
Oh, I don't think this is a good fight for Fluttershy. I don't see this turning out well for him. There are not enough Corruptors to take care of all those Colossi. There are tons of Force Fields and Guardian Shields available, as we did have 8 sentries in this fight, and a lot of Corruptors have gone down, and that makes the Protoss army even that much stronger.
Krallman's control, man. He just saved that Colossi in 4 HP, saved his other one on kind of like half health with the shields all gone. And more Corruptors are going to come out. They will be able to clean up them Colossi. Have been kept alive long enough to do the damage they needed. Fluttershy doesn't have a scary army right now. Roach Hydra is not what you want against this. And Krallman, he's going to come in here. Sure, he'll lose the Colossi, but they're going to do way too much damage. And Fluttershy loses absolutely everything on the ground. And Krallman, I think he's going to take the game number 2 and take us into Whirlwind.
Well, we do have 16 Roaches as a reinforcement army for Fluttershy. This third might go down. The Spinecrawlers are not in the ideal position to deal with this, but Krallman does not have a single reinforcing Proxy Pylon, he does have a War Prism now on the way to keep this push alive. All this is giving Fluttershy a chance to maybe squeeze in one more production cycle. I do not think it is going to matter all that much because, you know, the army from Krallman is just huge compared to what Fluttershy's got right now.
Yeah, definitely. It's a huge army, and Krallman, he's just going to back off. You know, he hasn't reinforced for a little while. He doesn't have a pylon with this army, so he just needs to back off and reinforce and go again. And he will actually now come and see this fourth base to the left-hand side with the Warp Prism. The Queen's going to spot it too, but Krallman, he's going to just run this Warp Prism away for a little bit, warp in some Zealots, and begin harassing that because Fluttershy doesn't really have the army to defend that and do that. And in fact, Krallman's just going to bring his whole army over here to fight, and he's got an amazing concave, in fact, against these roaches.
Yeah, nice force fields going down, preventing half of the army from retreating. Immortals in the best possible position near the roaches, not on the other side. Only a couple of Hydras remaining. Of course, there is no creeps, so they are extremely slow. And I think after seeing this, Krallman has to realize, oh my god, my opponent has absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and behind this as well, he's got a fourth base up. He's taking a fifth base too. He's just keeping his macro going, not taking any chances at all. Nice force just going to take down all of these drones, really just putting the nail in the coffin, man. As this base to the left is going to go down, a warp into the right-hand side from a Warp Prism, going to start taking down that new third base once again. And Krallman looking very strong in game number 2.
And there's the GG from Fluttershy. Krallman equalizing the series, and it is 1-1. What an exciting game number 2 after what we have seen in game number 1.